The acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has vowed to withdraw police mobile force personnel from VIP escort guard duties. This is as he established the Special Intervention Squad, which according to him would have 40,000 highly trained police officers, including selected officers from the police mobile force. The development, he said, was to allow the police to take back its place in the internal security architecture of the country. He added that the establishment of the squad would help the police to promptly respond to security threats, noting that 1,000 personnel would be deployed to every state. Egbetokun noted that the withdrawal PMF officers will be replaced by officers from the Special Protection Unit. I still have Olufemi with me. Now, a lot of Nigerians believe this is a long time call, like this is really timely. Well, what can you say?
It's timely, but it's not new. If you want to agree with me, I think since 1999, there has never been an Inspector General of Police that has come.
And they don't mention this.
This similar, and of course, a lot of times we've had IGPs, CPs coming to dismantle roadblocks, and the next time you're traveling to Benin, the roadblocks are back. You know, we've seen our policemen reduced to this ridiculous extent of serving as domestic aids, even to politically exposed persons and even some private individuals in the country. It is so shameful and it's saddening also at the same time that we have to reduce a very strategic national security institution to such where policemen now carry rifles escorting Malam to slaughter cow and that sort of ridiculous sin. It is only believed that this may be achievable under acting IGP Egbetokun if, going by what is believed to be the seriousness and the capacity that the President Tinubu administration will bring into governance. But if it has to be on the base of tradition, on the base of what we have experienced since 1999, this may end up as one of the regular statements of every IGP that have emerged since 1999. But it's very unfortunate that a very strategic unit of the force that should be involved in serious issues of internal security have been reduced to VIP escorts and all sort of domestic responsibilities. So I believe that the IGP will only, or it is my opinion, that the IGP will only be able to enforce this on the basis of the determination of the leadership, the president of the country. If the president shows commitment to ensure that our security institutions are made to work and face their jobs squarely, it's not going to be impossible for the IGP to achieve, especially with a president like President Bola Tinubu, whose commitment to duty is always different from what we have had in the recent past. So I think this will not only end up as one of those promises we've heard from IGP Tafa Balogun, Rigim, MD Abaka, and also to one that will be enforced by the administration to the extent that the police will see itself as an institution under the current administration and will work towards redeeming its credibility, because we cannot continue to read IGP dismantling roadblock, removing mobile policemen from VIPs, and the next 2 months they are back doing the same duties. So the IGP must work in line with what looks like the kind of leadership that the country has today, and be ready to ensure that this is done. And this is going to be it's going to bring back some level of confidence into the force, so that to the extent that when you now see mobile policemen like it used to be in the days of old, you know that these are men on serious security operations. Today, you can hardly differentiate between policemen on serious national security assignment and those who are escorting politicians to Owambe and all sorts of social functions. So we have to be able to distinguish this to the extent that when you see this category of policemen, these are attached to VIPs, politicians or private individuals. These ones are people who are into private protections. You should be able to differentiate between policemen who should be on serious national security assignment and those who are just assigned to people who are seen all over the place in social gatherings and all sort of funny places where you now see our mobile policemen.
All right, Olufemi, looking at the very frequent cases of police brutality and harassment in Nigerian policy today, which triggered the idea of NSAS. How important is it for the Nigerian police force to train and restrain their forces in order to better the security situation in the country?
It's very important, and I think the incumbent leadership of the police is taking that into cognizance. They only yesterday or thereabout, they first issued a statement, expressing its readiness to inculcate into the curriculum at their various institutions the need for professionalism in the police force. I only want to advise that the leadership of the force must advance beyond, some of this professional training it is open to imbibe in the force, to such that will involve, encouraging and, training policemen as far as their relationship with the civilian population is concerned. There must be this citizens-police, relation orientation for the police. And that is the only way you can prevent all these kind of fracas that are led to, a lot of dispute between the citizens and the police, led to the breakdown of trust between the citizens and the police, and sort of a crisis that we have experienced in the past. So this force must be ready to work not only within its institutions, but also work with other category of Nigerians, with other civil society and public institutions that will be willing to partner with the force to retrain, to give orientations and work with the police in repositioning how the citizens, really see the force today, which is not so much in a good light.
There's also this idea the IGP mentioned, forming a special squad to deploy 1,000 special squad to different states and the country. What do you make of that?
Well, we only hope that will not become another federal SARS, which will become notorious, acting on the order of IGP, because in this state we saw a situation whereby policemen deployed to the state were not even taking orders from the CP at some point, because they were deployed by the IGP, and they almost became a camp on their own in Lagos, engaging in some sort of atrocities. So in doing this, the IGP must be conscious of the fact that such structures must work in line with the guiding principles and laws of the police within the Police Act, and must also work within the laws of the states, so that they don't become some form of authorities and another form of SARS in the states where they're going to be deployed. Security is primarily the job of the citizens and the local authorities. So deploying forces from the federal police to states may not work well if they don't work with the various local authorities, the state government, these citizens across the states that are going to be deployed. Otherwise, that may give birth to another form of federal SARS that may end up becoming another notorious gang of policemen.